Hi guys, Dazzie here with yet another episode of my top 10 selling comic books of the week. This time it is episode 11, and this week I'm going to be discussing the biggest selling books from the 27th of December 2018. So basically, I posted one yesterday. That was a bit of a back catch up due to the Christmas period. The books I'm telling you now, the top 10, are the books that are selling hot right now. Let's see what I got and let's find out what you got. Last week I had 7. Pretty good week. Starting in at number 10. Do I have number 10? I don't. Well, I kind of do. I've got the regular cover for this book. This is Incredible Hulk 418. This is the wedding invitation cover. This is the book in question, guys. Incredible Hulk 418, the wedding invitation cover. Now, the reason this book is hot, it is the first appearance of Talos. Now, Talos is going to be a villain, I believe, in the upcoming Captain Marvel film. He's a Skrull, and he's going to be played by Ben Mendelsohn. Okay? The 7-day trend on that book, plus 381%. Pretty good. 11 copies were sold this week. The average raw sale now for that book, $9.98. There are 9.8s out there, and they are going for $80.47. A good book to have. Happy to find the regular cover for a couple of quid from my friend at the antique store. Up next, in at number 9. Do I have the book? I do. It's there again for yet another week. If you've been following my hot book alerts, I told you to jump on this one, guys. I went and saw Into the Spiderverse, the animated Spider-Man feature. Spoilers. Post-credit scene is a good retro scene, and it is because of this character, Spider-Man 2099. Yes, Miguel O'Hara makes an appearance in a post-credit scene in Into the Spiderverse. Okay, guys? Now, this is the first issue of his solo series. Okay, not his first appearance, but his first solo series. Okay, so it's Spider-Verse related. The 7-day trend on this book, plus 96%. 44 copies of this book have sold this week. The average raw sale, $8.37. I paid £2.75 for mine in the middle of last year. The average graded 9.8 now, $65.92. Good book to have. An attractive looking book. I've read it too. Not a bad story. Not a bad story. And apparently, like I've said before, Miguel O'Hara is going to be one of the focal points going forward into the sequel of Into the Spider-Verse. Up next, we have number 8. Do I have number 8? I don't. This is the Gimli variant. Again, it's a stalwart on my top 10. The Gimli variant for Batman Damned, issue 1. Not a lot needs to be said other than the Batawang. Yeah. Let's find out. It seems to be coming down slightly. The 7-day trend, plus 98%. Now, 44 copies of that Gimli variant have sold this week. Crazy stuff over the Christmas period. $53.64 is the average raw sale. Now, the average 9.8 a few weeks ago was as high as about 218, I believe. Now we're down to 173. So 173 for 9.8, the Gimli variant. Now I know there's 10.0s out there. I've been seeing them on the forums. And I think the regular cover went for $1,800. So crazy stuff on those Batman Dams. Will future issues have value like number 1? No. I don't think they will. Not for a second. You know, issue 2 had Harley getting on with Batman a little bit, but no, and future prints of that book are going to be censored. So if you've got the Batawang, I think the value is going to hold on that book for the foreseeable future anyway. In at number 7, do I have number 7? Yes, I do. It's Spawn, issue number 1 this week, in at number 7. This is the first solo series for Spawn, and obviously we have a movie coming soon with Jamie Foxx and Jeremy Renner, I believe. Now, I believe the film's going to be more horror related. So we'll see where that goes. I don't think there's much of a budget for it, though, which I'm surprised at, because with two big actors like that, You would think they're going to have the budget. The 7-day trend on this book, plus 156%. 30 copies of this book have sold this week. Now, this is a book that was humongously mass-produced, but it's still got some value. The average raw sale now of this book, $20.50. So pretty impressive, really. I paid £1.31 off the Legend. That is Car Boot Tony. And this is a nice minty copy for me. I'd say it's about a 9.2, 9.4. That's good enough for me. The average graded sale now for a 9.8 in Spawn 1, $115. Okay, guys? Spawn 1 is our number 7 book. In at number 6, excuse me. Do we have number 6? I do have number 6. He's back for another week. Amazing Spider-Man, 365. I just spoke about Miguel O'Hara. And his first solo series was a previous book. This is his first appearance, and it's a preview appearance of Spider-Man 2099 in an advertisement. This is the anniversary of Spider-Man's 30th year, from 62 to 92. It's got a nice hologram cover. And like I said, Miguel O'Hara is in Into the Spiderverse. The 7-day trend, plus 87%. 55 copies of this book have sold this week. Now, I paid £8.99 for mine. Mine's about a 6.5, I reckon. It's not great. The average raw sale is going up. It's $11.85. The average graded 9.8 now, $162 for Miguel O'Hara. Good book to have, guys. I can only see that book going up and up, because he is going to be in the Spider-Verse sequel, by all accounts. Now, up next, we got a book that I really wanted. I'm still on the lookout for. No Joy of Us Yet. This was on my last week's top 10, well, yesterday's top 10. It is there again. In at number 5, X23. This is the variant, I believe, I could be wrong, I think it's Deodato. That is the variant to X23. Now, the reason that is a hot book, it's the first appearance of a new X-Assassin. So I think it's a bit like a robot sort of clone of X23. Plus 110% on that book for the 7-day trend. 47 copies of that book have sold this week. The average raw sale is crazy for a book that's been out a couple of weeks. $35.64. The average graded 9.8. Yeah, there's 9.8s out there already. $82.50. That's our number 5 book. Now, this up next is a book that I am hoping that one of my LCSs have put by for me. I have tried, I'm hoping. Now, this is a very recent book. This is Thor, issue 8. This is the Andrews Stan Lee tribute variant for Thor, issue 8. A lot of talk about this one on the forums. It's going quite nicely. That is our number 4 book this week. The 7-day trend, plus 188%. Weekly units sold this week, 30 copies of that. The average raw sale, $10.16. No graded books at the moment. Obviously, it's a Stan Lee tribute cover. And I think they've done these tributes pretty well on these books. I picked up the Exiles one. So, good stuff. Good remembrance. Up next, this is an interesting one. I've been reading about this on the forums and I've been looking for it. No Joy as Yet. Now, apparently this is Captain Marvel related, so I don't know. I'm not banking on it, but in at number 3 this week, we have Annihilation, Conquest, Wrath, or Wrath, issue 1. Here's your book, guys. Okay? Be on the lookout for this book. Like I say, it's the first appearance of Wraith. The 7-day trend, plus 228%. 29 copies of that book have sold this week. The average raw sale now, $19.75. Not to be sniffed at. A 9.8 has sold for $80. Good book. I'm on the lookout. Up next, number 2 on our list. Do I have number 2? I do. Of course I do. This is the big book at the moment, really. Although at number 2, this is the talk of the town. This is Ultimate Fallout issue 4. This is the first printing. The second printing, you'll be able to see his face. This is the first appearance of Miles Morales, obviously, the star of Into the Spiderverse. The 7-day trend on this book, plus 104%. 80 copies of this book this week have sold. 80! Wow! That's some sort of record. The average raw sale is going up and up and up. $76.86. I paid £13.90 for this in March of this year. Passed recently on another copy for 20. Probably could have got it for 15. Kicking myself. But I'm a nice guy, and my friend got it instead. The average graded 9.8 now. $297. Nearly $300 now for the first appearance of Miles Morales. And a nice 9.8. And our number 1 book, I don't think you can guess it, can you? He's there again. He's climbed back up the charts, guys. Insanity. And this is a record. Batman Damned, issue 1, the regular cover. The first appearance of the Batawang. Yeah, the naked Batman. The 7-day trend on this book, plus 104%. 91 copies of this have sold over that period. 91 copies. Wow, just wow. $55.67 is the average raw price. I paid $45 for this in November, just a few weeks ago. I was refusing to pay over $50. I seem, you know, it's one of those books you kick yourself for. It's probably the only book in my collecting days that I've actually beat myself up about, because I had it in my hands, put it back on the shelf. Too big a book, too pricey at £7, and now look at it, just crazy. All right, the average raw sale, like I said, $55.67. The average graded 9.8 though is surprisingly lower than the Gimli variant, and is coming down $157. That's this week's top 10. Good stuff. Just 5 for me this week. Not so good, but it was a tough list. I've got the regular of 418, so I'll kind of count that. I'll make it 6. Take care, guys. That's Daz over now. See if you can beat me. Bye for now.